thing over NiP. And they will have to try and battle back on a map that they did not choose, having dropped Ancient previously 16-10, Jason. And I have a feeling it's going to be a very tough affair for them.
Yeah, not just their map pick, but also a map that Gambit really made their name on. This was kind of like the dominant map that Gambit had through establishing themselves as a top team last year. And a scary prospect having to steal this map away to force a third. We'll see if they're able to do it. NiP taking on Gambit. And as you mentioned, loser goes home. NiP staring that prospect right in the face, direct into the eyes. Elimination here at IEM Katowice. How heartbreaking that would be. Mid-stack. This is a great defense for what Gambit's about to throw right at him. Plopsky misses the shot, but there's Rez popping up with the triple. Beautiful, and that's the bomb. That is the bomb, and NiP doesn't even have to care about the B bomb site anymore.
Shiro catches out phzy trying to sneak in and rotate over. You're absolutely right, though. Rez does a brilliant job to hold off the bomb. They have control. Reflash to go over top of the window position. Plopsky down below, though, is able to elevate himself back up above the bags after the flash goes over his head. Shiro drops as a result, and Exile going the same direction will run into the same opposition, knowing well that there likely is someone lurking. Oh, I thought he was considering it. He's not. Hampus should get the kill cleanly and will.
Great round from Rez. That's a tough angle to have to worry about. Just crouch down behind the sandbags, pops up, able to get 3 quick headshots. 1-0 for Gambit to get, for NiP to get started. This is the first pistol round of the series. They didn't win either of them on the opening map of Ancient, and Rez delivers in stellar fashion here with a triple kill. phzy getting a little over-aggressive perhaps, but it's all right. Such a strong opening, and NiP able to pull it right back. 1-0. Ooh, Tech-9s.
Lots of them, yeah.
All
absolutely.
5 Tech-9s.
We are really going back in time with the Tech-9. Shots out, Hampus just trying to do damage through the smoke. Won't find anyone on the other side of it as Nafni gets a little bit closer to that position. Heroic putting on a rather resounding performance on the B stream right now as they, I believe, we're up 9-0 as I walked back over here to get started. I'm not sure what the current scoreline is right now, but
they're playing very well at the moment. They're looking scary. That emotional momentum that they can bring to the table is something unique, something special.
11-1.
Ooh, over a very strong Virtus Pro team, yeah. Well, a little bit of a closer affair here between these two teams. Hampus with a wild spray is able to get 3. There's one more is coming around the corner. He wants style points. He's got 4 shots left in the magazine, but not even bothering to fall back and reload. Shiro's gonna give himself some space to just get the bomb and cross his fingers and probably come right through that smoke, and the Tech-9 betrays him. Just down to inters, 1 versus 5.
Could have cratered if he didn't catch the ladder on the way down.
That would have been funny.
That would have been amazing.
I would have
Cratering on this map as opposed to falling off would be like a new low. You would have laughed, Jason. I like it. Hampus enters gone. All 5 stay alive for NiP. Not a single kill found from the Tech-9s of Gambit, so they won't build up any cash in that regard.
Yeah, that investment actually hurts when you don't get any kills like that. A full round, full buy in that second round. You don't get any results, no economic damage onto the NiP side, so their money can start growing and start building, and they'll have another chance to even build it even further. Some pistols being picked up, some utility being picked up, but no armor being grabbed for the Gambit players in this 3rd round.
With the 4 kills. Looking pretty solid. Bomb awaits. Exile heading already to the bottom of the B stairs quickly. Deagle to play with. Shiro looking to try and flash over the top from mid for him. From the mezzanine position. Flash actually goes toward middle, so he put it more to the right, and that allows Plopsky to actually take them both down. Shiro gets flash assists against his teammates for it. Obviously, they weren't fully blind, but hence the HUD shows anyway. Plopsky does well to avoid that damage, and the delivery, though, from Exile's Deagle is promising to catch S-Tag out. It gives them 1 kill back, but still they find themselves down by 2. And he sees him, surely. The Great's so hard to see through. The textures are so different. Some graphic settings have a better time than others looking through that, but Exile obviously didn't quite spot the textures. And Hampus stays there untroubled so far. Flash out. Does this let him push up? No. I thought maybe Hampus would try and run up and peek over the edge with that, but not going to over commit. And Hampus now with another kill in this round, looking strong to start this off. for NiP as Nathany goes down, and this should now be 3-0 for NiP. No bomb plants in any of the 3 rounds, and Hampus will close it himself. 7 in total for him. But yeah, no bomb plants for Gambit, which means no money built in that regard either, Jason.
Yeah, it's all right. They had a lot of cash coming into this this 4th round. AWP going to be on Shiro with no utility, AK-47s and armor, and plenty of nades on the other 4 players. Yeah, that flashbang from Shiro, not designed to flush out Plopski's position, so he had a field day. S-Tag goes hunting, a little thirsty for some eco kills, and it's not to be. Hampus puts an end to things. 3-0 for the Ninjas on Vertigo, their CT side. S-Tag with an AWP as well for the defensive side of things. 3 players to initially come over and address this A ramp behind the smoke.
Leaves another smoke for phzy, does Hampus, so he can actually keep himself more secure in that position. But the problem is now they're through that bottom smoke. Shiro getting both on the AWP. They struck far too quick for NiP to respond, and Hampus can't retreat. Manages only 1 single kill. Plopski's gonna get aggressive though, take matters into his own hands, and Hobbit is very low. This MP9 is menacing. Headshot angle though, when Plopski finds it, he can fall away. Bomb drop temporarily. Exile has to go that direction to pick it up.
Oh, but just like we saw in Ancient, one player slipping past the defense, and he's gonna find it. That opens up the bomb site, and now S-Tag with that op. It's been trained on the B bomb site this whole time. He never budged. He's got to attempt a 1 versus 2 clutch. There's got to be a kit down somewhere. Yes, indeed, you can see it there through the wall, but a very difficult prospect ahead of him, and a very expensive weapon to risk it.
AWP holding, pre-scoped, no noise, but a resounding sound when he does come around the corner. Unfortunately for him, Exile far too close by. We'll get the headshot, and now, yes, pick up the AWP to carry it back over to the T side.
I thought he was going to get a second shot off. I thought S-Tag was actually going to have a chance. Exile just hits him at a headshot with the perfect timing, so that no opportunity for S-Tag. 3-1 as Gambit respond immediately with 4 players going down. Okay, so he gets the first one through the wall. The follow-up, he swings out. It's a player out in the open fighting his teammates. Great work from Plopski with the SMG to come in and do what he can, remaining aggressive when he knew he had the advantage in a fight. Probably got the call that Hobbit was very, very low, just couldn't clean up that final kill, or excuse me, the flank as he falls back. Exile, this time he's got to deal with some aggression. S-Tag out in the open on the stairs. Plopski around the corner. I think Plopski might push with this. Yeah, flashbang goes in. Plopski wants to clear it. Exile wisely just steps back and gets into some safety. He's called out 2 on these B stairs now. So at least they have that kind of information, and Utility's going to force him back. NiP want nothing to do with that battle anymore. However, on the fallback, because of the presence, Hobbit has gained a lot of space in mid.
Yeah, quite a bit. Boost up as well to see the window. They want to see over the big box. And they've been here the whole time without seeing anyone, but you're right, that Utility seeing and pushing Plopski, they look to evaluate middle instead, and here we go. Shiro once more finds phzy. That's a direct battle between the 2 ops, and it's going to be a win for Gambit.
That's the communication of numbers being aggressive over towards the B bomb site. A lot of manpower put there, and Gambit just says, okay, at some point someone's going to have to fall back and check this and see if we're kind of being aggressive, if anyone's sneaking up in middle. Exactly what that boost is designed to punish, and he gets the perfect fight that he was looking for the whole time. S-Tag has no utility to defend these B stairs, and not even gonna matter. Time to save for NiP. Hampus bails out of the fight. He's got a teammate, Rez, with an AWP at the A bomb site. Now the question becomes, does Gambit want to hunt? They don't have a lot of money, but with all 5 players alive, they could actually go and try and take out these remaining weapons of NiP.
Gonna hunt it down, try and get a second round. Hampus has been hot so far this game. He's been sharp with the shots. He'll try and get further away. Rez has gone to recover the AWP of that phzy, but he's trapped into the corner, smoking himself off, sneaking out. Nathany is lurking large, even looking and considering that he's in that corner. Surprised Rez didn't actually try and get away by going back down the lane, but they're gonna keep coming toward him. Back through the smoke, though. That one's easy enough for Rez. Now he will try and run away.
I think that was the 3rd kill. If Rez had gotten that kill all the way down the ramp, he wouldn't have to deal with any more pressure. But once that 3rd kill comes out, it's like it's no longer worth it. We've lost 2 weapons. That's a good amount of money. Let's not lose a 3rd. Oh, Hampus does go down. He wanted to grab 1 frag from behind Rez. No chance they're going to catch him. Just chilling. So the op moves forward into the next round for NiP. They have a 1-round lead. But this round, I don't think they can invest a whole lot into the fight. They actually, excuse me, they could if they wanted to. Rez can drop a gun. Plopski can buy a rifle, although it'll be a little bit diminished. He can drop one over with the AWP. I think they're going to try and scrape something together.
second round loss bonus for them on NiP, but phzy wants to go aggressive second time in a row. Shiro has won that one-on-one against the the CT side at Opera, who's yet to find a frag in this game. Slow start for phzy. Enters, hampus is his victim. He'll take him down with the AK-47.
Now the Oppa's been picked back up though. Rez grabbed that. Again. Once more.
Yeah, he's playing charitable over there, right? Or rather, he is the charity, I shouldn't say. phzy's the charitable one, giving him the op every round.
Gonna call out his position as the smoke puts out the Molotov. Rez is just trying to bail out a little bit quick. Maybe some magic with the op. There's the first shot. It just narrowly misses. Needed that one. Space gained. Oh, good adjustment. Good recovery for Rez, but all of his teammates are going down, and there's no chance he gets away now. Nice pressure from Gambit. No space, no breathing room to NiP. They're going to have a third round on the board, and now it's about denying that op over to NiP's defense. They don't want them to keep saving it round to round. And S-Tag's position is now known.
Shoulder peek, spotted it, but Exile certainly ready on the AK-47. 3-3, Gambit tied the game immediately. We mentioned this is their map choice, and you mentioned it also, Jason, and rightfully so. They pretty much cemented it as one of their stronger maps early on, so a bit unfortunate that NiP have to play them on a map they're comfortable on, despite that it's their pick. So M4s across the board for the first three buys. phzy and S-Tag yet to reveal what they will go for as the timeout comes in.
Wanted to get back to their winning ways immediately. phzy is going to forego the AWP in favor of an AUG and utility. He would have had to go glass cannon, so it makes sense. 3-3, and Shiro's been winning that battle, as you mentioned.
Oh, killing him.
Already a number of times, so why continue messing with it for the moment? See if you can cool him off somehow and come back to it later. Round 7 is underway.
Shiro this time is going to take a different approach. Doesn't want to go toward the ramp. He's done that. He's bored of it. He's already won it too many times, Jason. He needs a new challenge. Try and catch them out with something a little bit different, because we know NiP has put pressure on the B stairs early. On 2 occasions in particular, one of which was naded and then rotated over, and we saw the stack from Hobbit to capitalize, so they couldn't get anything going with it.
A little bit of utility thrown at B and some staggered flashbangs in mid. So NiP, their communication is saying, we've got some pressure at this B bomb site, pressure like it might be a bit of a split. You can see it's pulling 2 defenders from NiP back towards mid, away from the A bomb site. Just Rez here to hold on while that smoke comes out. A lot of utility being used by NiP just to delay so they can shift around the map and find information and start to piece together what's going on, where the main attack is going to be.
phzy with the AUG. Still has his right-click familiarity, but not the same potential and damage. Exile's getting more investigative toward B at this point in time with no action. A lot of angles to clear, though. Peak timing is key. Smoke will go out. That'll deter any vision from S-Tag, and he's actually going to have to call for backup. Hampus rotating over. That's exactly when the strike wants to come in on the A side. So Rez holds well to cover off that position as Shiro gets ever closer. Molotov behind him. He can still play the wall. Flash was over. Blinded was phzy, but Shiro didn't want to overcommit to the swing as he's worried someone would boost up on top of the drywall position. Molotovs to bounce instead to clear off the box. Flash high in the sky behind for anyone staring them down, but get out of the way. Surely enters, move and let the AWP get the shot. Shiro doesn't need to. It's Hobbit and Exile instead, but here comes Hampus, only to find Hobbits. And by find, I mean rather be found. As he falls, it's just S-Tag, and it should be Gambit on 4-3.
Oh, that deep smoke, NiP wanted to fight. Gambit's looking at all those choke points as they swing through. That is a brutal knockout punch in a 4-on-5. Well done from Gambit. 2 kills on Hobbit. And S-Tag again is left with nothing to do from that B bomb site. Just going to try and save towards T-spawn. So 4 straight now for Gambit, putting together a very good D-half. Recovering quickly after the pistol round loss. 7 kills on Exile, 6 on Shiro, continuing their good work from Ancient. They led the way from Gambit to help them get that first map win, 16-10.
Bit of chats from NiP, needing to get back onto the winning side of this affair, no question about it. So it's Shiro again, naturally on the AWP, been very successful so far. He's been absolutely brilliant this whole series, in fact, especially considering now he's, 6 kills, only 1 behind that of Exile, and he's doing it with a T-sided op on Vertigo. Hashtag this time a little bit closer to the stairs. More company, more pressure. Shiro's back over toward the ramp, though, so the AWP's not part of this. Spray down on the first, follows up, can't transfer to the third. It was the same angle, but running out of ammunition. Inters was more than locked on when he came around the corner. He'll now start to try and find the remaining player in the B side. Nade's going to be well placed, bouncing off and catching Plopsky. Now Molotov will force him out, but the smoke down will give him coverage to rotate across the site, and therefore that Deagle could still be promising in that position. Plopsky wants to get even more aggressive than that. He could jump up on top of these sandbags and see above the edge of that smoke down to the stairs, but he's worried about the left side of it, so he'll fall off instead as there's a timer on that, and Inters was certainly ready to capitalize. Man advantage in all of this from NiP based on that early positioning of S-Tag.
The nice thing at the moment for Gambit is this positioning of Inters can do so much. They're going to re-aggress here. They want to see what's at the top of the stairs. He can get a double. He transfers down, only gets the 1. That could have been way, way worse. But they didn't spot anything else. Gambit's going to come right back into this. Molotov coming out. Shot from hampus doesn't land. 2 on 3. phzy's going to start moving on a flank, but it's so far away. And there is nothing to hold off this hit. Shiro and Hobbit against phzy and Rez.
Rez, nice shot, Deagle. We saw how resounding he can be with it in the last game as well, but Shiro sneaking up this time. AK-47's all he needs. He will go against phzy, a battle between the oppers, neither of which holding the weapon, but Shiro has the AK, and that will be enough. 5-3 for Gambit.
It's got to be so frustrating for NiP. The Gambit just slow playing these rounds once they get into the bomb site, once they have it clear, and Shiro's just like, okay, well, I haven't seen the other player, so no reason for me to stick this plant and be in an odd situation, not knowing where to position. Clears behind him real quick and finds phzy. Has the feeling that maybe he's going to go hunt for some of those dropped AK-47s. Good attempt, good double kill from S-Tag to start the round, but not enough resources to finish it off. And another great clutch from Shiro in this series. 5-3. 5 in a row, in fact, for Gambit.
Flash is high in the sky. Rez.
That's got to be frustrating.
Oh, see the backpack and it doesn't do anything? Nades, yeah, that's so frustrating. He's just throwing everything he can at him. Nafny's going to somehow get away. Oh my God.
He's so sad. I'm even a little bit sad for him. Oh, that's going to look so
Cookies
silly
were
when he gets
just
back.
out of reach today for Rez.
Yeah.
Come back next year, kid. So the Molotov now tickles Nafny. That's 3 more damage. He's down to 22.
S-Tag wins the fight against Exile over towards the B bomb site, switches into the AWP and finds a kill. This is a big duel in middle. If Hobbit swings wide, this battle between him and Plopsky could be so much. But he's not ready to commit to the fight just yet. Yeah, 50 seconds.
He's gonna go now. Still holding the close box, no boost this time over the top of it, straight shot. No contact made, Plopsky's getting more aggressive. Meanwhile, we go back to Shiro, he finds Rez in the corner. Plopsky's dropped down, likely silently as well, or is Hobbit prepared? Because his crosshair placement suggests he is on high alert. Looking, jumping, nearly gets caught for it, lands and gets the shot off, 7 HP. Hobbit does well to win that, and now they have control of the map, forcing hampus to rotate.
Yeah, but hampus has got to be so careful, and S-Tag is alone. This time, at least, he has an AWP, so he'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Utility from his teammate, hampus has 1 Molotov left. Hobbit still in middle, looking for him to run up the boost towards mid. S-Tag forced out of position. There's Nafny to find phzy. There's kills. There's stuff going on all across the map, but look at the time. 6 seconds left. Gambit, oh, they might have slow played this too much. Bombs not being planted. They won. NiP, I think, is 1. There's
That's
no
incredible.
chance.
They went for kills. You saw Hobbit run from middle. He realized, guys, hang on, we've got to get these kills. And suddenly, hampus running from the site gets away with it. NiP are gifted a 4th round in this. They haven't won a gun round yet, and that's how they get one.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Gambit let one slip away just by time. However, they keep all their weapons, obviously. And they brought NiP down to just 1 player, so the money is just going to be so busted for the NiP side. Timeout taken. NiP need this round. They need this round to continue fighting.
A few days off for the victor of this.
Plenty of days off for the loser.
I was going to say, the entire rest of the tournament off. It is elimination, but yeah, a few days off before we get to the Spodek. Get inside of one of the most famed arenas in esports, the 10th year of IEM Katowice. Try and capture the silver heart, the trophy. Kind of looks, it's got those big ears on the side of it. It's kind of like a heart.
Yeah, big
Why
wall
not?
handles.
Love handles. Woo.
Yeah, baby.
I like that.
Hampus wants to get aggressive, gonna come through. Flashbang is out, he reels around the box. Great play, big play. Shiro holding one side, Naf the other. No chance for him to get a second, but the spam comes through in response from Rez. Nice aggressive, assertive play from NiP. Throw a little bit of a mix-up in that defense. Smoke clears, Shiro misses, he's gone down. So is Exile, and quickly this round falls into the favor of the Ninjas.
Where did Shiro shoot there? Because it looked like that's a clean lineup. He's shooting straight into the corner. Did he try and flick as he was jiggle peeking? And like, I don't know where that bullet went.
Maybe not been fully scoped up quite yet.
Possible, yeah, just no scope RNG. Enters is the last alive now for Gambit. So NiP, having been gifted a round, now are in full control of one. So this is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and due to the fact that so many players from Gambit survived after time, don't get that bonus money, the cash flow, the economy is a little haggard for Gambit. Inters is going to see what he can find. Or is he just trying to save his AK? Yeah, he's got utility. So save this AK, drop it over to Exile in the next round, and just rebuy some utility. And also hope and pray someone from NiP gets a little bored and goes hunting to try and find your final weapon. They don't have the money to go for it, so I don't think they will, but that's his thought process. 20 seconds left for him to save, and he'll be just fine. So we have a tied game, Matt, 5-5.
Yeah, we do. And NiP CT side will be very welcome to that. Now taking economic control. Bit of a slow affair to get here. Quite a few rounds, obviously the last one going down to time. This one will be the same as Inters just holds on to the AK-47. That's all right. I don't mind a slow pace to get us started into this because we know how fast Vertigo can be, and with the Spodek on the line, no doubt this will heat up. phzy, by the way, 1-7, has been on the board, but not winning those battles at all. In fact, the kill this time, this was his first. There it is, right there. So the shot misses from Shiro, and he steps up with the MP9. He's tried every weapon. He's tried an AUG, he's tried the M4, he's had the AWP several times, but yeah, need more from him if they're gonna control that ramp position. We've already seen how punishing Shiro can be over there.
I like that changeup from NiP though, at an odd money situation, pushing up, getting aggressive, and Gambit was not prepared to handle it. Caught him snoozing. Plenty of protocols to protect against that kind of a play, and Gambit just didn't activate any of them. Smoke on the deep ramp, Exile playing passively outside the B bomb site, looking for anyone to push up. Standard spam coming out from NiP through their own smoke, blocking the choke point, and once it quiets down, Hobbit's gonna lead the way up the scaffolding.
So Molotov will clear lane. As you say, Hampus with a good position also has Rez to accompany that. Naturally, he'll be Molotoved off. Now, that's interesting. He smokes it to protect himself. I expected they would stay on the boost, thinking they would try and overcommit to the peak on Rez retreating. They don't. They drop. They don't want the angle at all. And back to the site they go. Bounce flash off the I-beam in the background. Shiro around the corner, finds it. Plopsky down. That's the opener.
That mid-round push on this A-ramp always feels like it's going to be successful. In your head, it always seems like such a cool play to make, but I feel like it gets punished more often than not. Flashbang slowed it down as well and gave Shiro an easy frag. phzy and Rez sticking around, but there's not a whole lot of utility. They don't have a whole lot to hold things off or delay this plant at all whatsoever. And the vision is open. Rez off angle up top. He's got to be worried. Nafany with the Tech 9, but wrapping around beneath him is Exile. Aggression, and he jumps out of the way of the op shot.
phzy still can't land them through the flames. Exile manages just barely to get away after punishing rebolting and relocating AWP. Nafany on the run, a Tech 9 in hand as he wants to try to catch out Hampus, who's ready, but it's the M4s to try and be saved from NiP's side. Ooh, low HP. Could have caught out Nafany on that position.
Yeah, but this is actually cool from Nafany, because even though he has low HP, who cares if he dies? He's just trying to get that op at the end, and he's trying to prevent NiP from picking it back up and saving it, and he's done exactly that. So Nafany can actually just toss it away if he wants to switch over to a rifle. Indeed, he will. What a cool round from Exile, getting close up, finding the frag underneath, wrapping around, and even running into the flames of the Molotov to get the second kill. Hampus is in trouble. He's got one more, but Shiro with the op might have put himself in an awkward situation, and no more peaks. 2 players survive on each team, and it's a round gain from Gambit. A 1-round lead at 6-5.
Well, they know there's an AK on the CT side, that's for sure. As Shiro saw the M4 being thrown forward and him scurrying away in his ears. Good start again from Shiro, winning that battle. Ball went down temporarily, didn't matter. This was again phzy, not just being able to collect on the AWP at the A site.
Ooh, fast. Smackdown's on the board. Here we go, leading the way around the corner. Change of pace from Gambit. It's been so slow, as you mentioned a couple of times. And usually towards the A-bomb site to start. And phzy, he had nothing he could do to slow it down. Same with S-Tag. Round's over. That's all gone. What a great switch up from Gambit.
9 seconds in?
Yeah, we call that an uppercut.
That's ridiculous. I mean, I just said it's fine that Vertigo's going to be slow because it'll speed up. I didn't think it was going to be that fast. That's a huge curveball.
They even lulled you into a sense of
It's
security.
a change-up in baseball, isn't it, when they do that?
That's not do
It's
baseball.
usually when they slow it down. Yeah, I don't know baseball. It's not a sport.
It's a pastime.
It is. America's pastime, I think they say.
Yep.
Even they know it. Well,
Even Americans don't
B-Stream,
believe it.
just to let you know, I called that Heroic were having a resounding performance. The last time I looked at this scoreline, it was 14-2. Just put that into perspective for you. Or score 11-1 is what I still actually have showing on my scoreboard. And it's now 14-9. So what a turnaround for VP, trying to pull their way back into this. Also on Vertigo. And remember, both of these teams are qualified. They will be in the Sportic, but one of these two will get a pass in directly to the semifinal on Saturday, having Friday off as well as we get back underway on our map, respectively, at the end. As that round did at least get 1 kill for NiP. They keep 2 guns up of the 3 that we're trying to save, but it is, again, Gambit picking up a victory and now going 7-5.
Yeah, just a good job. Even the 1-for-1 at the end is great. Money matters way more to NiP at the moment than it does for Gambit, so they're more than happy with that one. Everyone from NiP having to dig deep and buy into less than $1,000 remaining. Timeout taken by NiP.
If I'm not mistaken, this is their 3rd timeout?
Yes.
Yes, so they've used 3 or 4 already on the first half because they know they need to get back into this very, very soon. We mentioned on Ancient, they were slow to get going, but still had a good string of rounds in a row and made it close, 8-7 at half, despite being down 5-1. This I think, is even more dire, as Gambit looking well in control on another map that's, I would still say, arguably the next most one-sided map in our pool. It's funny because Nuke still exists, right? Remember when Nuke used to be the 12-3, like, guaranteed map?
Yeah. That new Nuke changed that around quite well. Exile. Oh, he hears the drop, did he? No, goes for the headshot. He's in trouble. Backs away, and last time, remember when he encountered a battle like that, they flash pushed with phzy. This time, hampus just gonna go quiet. Could be huge. Oh man, did he eat that flashbang. Fortunate there's not a follow-up peek, but Exile's gonna call the aggression.
Bomb waits. Axel, you're right, gonna call the aggression. Hobbit's gonna rotate back down to where that bomb is. Below the ladder, bottom of the elevators. Rez, phzy, both holding out on the ramp so far. Rez hasn't spotted anything as he continues to check behind the bags, but the peaks are coming. We know they're behind the box. We know that op is ready. Rez is thinking better of his position now as phzy comes alive finally to get Hobbit down. And the information gained that they were going for the peak, they'll put the smoke out now to try and buy further time at 54 seconds left in the round. phzy still up close though. Careful with the nade, don't get caught. As Nafny has to jump through that op shot so close. Now he knows they're coming, sees the gun barrel, doesn't get around the corner. However, as Inter's quick to capitalize, gets the trade, and he'll try and Molotov Rez off the angle as well. Even pre-fires it, expecting that he was going to be there. Could hear him running over to try and recover the situation and the position. The man advantage, though, to NiP off those 2 AWP kills. That will slow things down further. Inters is the one with the bomb. 24 seconds now remaining for Gambit. The standard smoke to try and allow the default plant. And Inters wants to enter. So he doesn't want the bomb. He wants to be able to push forward, try and cut off rotations, cut off the kills. Clears already the fact that the lane is open and will go up above on top of the box. Sees, hampus throwing out nades, but phzy finds him instead. Shiro has to swing wide. They jump up knowing the bomb was going to go down, and with 2 seconds, round secured.
So much utility at the end for NiP. Yeah, that was always going to be very difficult, especially the attack from Gambit. Exile put down on low HP at the start of the round, was just watching the flank the whole time. So he was open and praying that those 2 guys would be able to get in, plant the bomb, maybe get 1 or 2 kills, and maybe he'd be able to be activated in the post plant, but just never came to fruition. 7-6. Nice job from phzy. Not able to get away, unfortunately, after the 2nd kill, but still puts Gambit in a tough spot. Some spam through the smoke from phzy and hampus over the top as well. So NiP still fighting on their defensive side. Plenty of players survived. They got plenty of money now. 2 rounds remaining in this first half on Vertigo. phzy. Again, standing tall and looking deep with the AWP.
Oh. Nafany falling victim to phzy, who now has 5 kills. He's coming into this game now with the defensive-sided sniper. Oh my. Okay, all right. My perspective of that, I just saw the 2 beams, the trails from the nades. I thought they were both going to go to that corner and was going to be on top of him, but it's Hobbit only hit by 1. Still puts him down to 57. So boost behind the box and a run across. They try and get the angle, but Exile gets the shot up close instead. Op gone. Good execution to clear the corner, and all 4 will travel and traverse up the ramp to try and take down Rez.
And they're not even being shy about this. They made plenty of footsteps. They gave away the game, and they don't even care. Going to use the utility that they have. They've got plenty of smokes, 2 smokes, 3 flashes, and a Molotov. Actually, they're not even going to use them. I think NiP was thinking the same thing as me, but it's a headshot from Exile, a return from phzy, double kill. But now Shiro sneaking up, taken down. Great round from NiP.
Solid round. I thought Exile looked so sick on that second shot as well.
I thought that kill was going to open up the whole bomb site. Shout out to
100%.
phzy. Nice little double kill in response to shut them down. And now it's NiP with a good stance to take control of the going into the second half. 7-7. We're all tied up, much like Ancient, but they're the ones with all the money moving forward into round 15. And Exile was on point. These kills are wild. Good spray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of fortune with the recoil.
A bit, you could say, but you know what? You take it. That's Counter-Strike, baby. Take that RNGesus.
Rush. B-Rush. Tech Nines.
Rez ready, though. He cuts down the first one already, and the AK swings out. A lot of members there for Gambit, so he can't get both, but he does add another kill to the total. As hampus finds Hobbit, we now have control from NiP, and they might take the lead going into the halftime, as it's just Shiro and Inter's left to find. phzy with the AWP is back behind the bomb sites, not hitting the first one. But now they have the information behind the sandbags as well. Inter's on red, bleeding out, so too is Shiro, and the nade will collect one of the 2. phzy shuts down the rounds and the half. We have 1 round between them. A 1-map lead for Gambit, but NiP fighting back on Vertigo. We will take a short break and see you in just a second.
Yeah. Let's go. Out of the cage, I'ma get him. All of my haters turn into a victim. Let off the leash, gotta sick them. They don't expect it, so we bout to hit them. Try to keep up with the rhythm. Never lose focus, cause we're on a mission. We're so determined, you looking for greatness, that's the definition. Call them and tell them you're ready. Flow again, hold back the lemony. You know who sit on the throne and who at the throne. I hope you get the message. This gonna be one of the ages. Gotta put us on your A-list. I hope that you came prepared. Who ready to win it on any occasion? Yeah. Woo. Let's go.
Started well. They did win the pistol round in the first half. T-side could be a little bit more difficult. Oh, Nafany got there, I think, late. I think very late for that kind of a peak.
The fact that S-Tag's already on the corner when it happens suggests, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Especially like hearing the footsteps. It's not like they were going slow. Here's my boy.
And he's gone. S-Tag, it's never going to work for you, Jason. Just give up now. As S-Tag closed out the lane, Shiro's the next in line. Pretty far forward, actually, and exposed to those that were wrapping around, but Shiro manages to fall back, realize that, and find a kill. P2000, he's got S-Tag as well. We don't see this weapon often, but he's certainly showing us that it is absolutely still fine and efficient. Spots far, expecting there still to be an angle held against him, and it's Rez that's up close now. He's picked up Hobbit's weapons, so maybe he'll get something going here. Can't find the secondary shot. The follow-up on Exile. Low HP, though, for Inters, and the advantage certainly to NiP as they fall off on the angles. Bomb still planted. They'll tap away on it. Force Rez to have to check, but he knows he's not on, but he is up close. Exile needs to clutch this back. He'll need a third kill. Is he holding this? He is. This is going to be a full defuse. He has no kit, and hampus surely realizes and comes back around to get the headshot instead. I admire the balls on Exile, but it's not going to pay off this time.
The kid was right there at the corner. I thought he was going to go grab it after that first kill and come back, but oh well. 9-7. Good job from NiP grabbing a pistol round, and now a 2-round lead. Very, very aggressive and fast-paced up A ramp on the pistol. Gambit's going to buy back into it. Deagle, CZ, 5-7, Scout, UMP. All 5 different weapons across 5 different players. You like to see that. Here we go. Utility out. Scout sees nothing so far in the hands of Shiro. Exile with 14, Shiro with 13 to lead the way again for Gambit, much like the first map. Hampus, on the other hand, 20 and 6.
20 and 6.
Continuing to make a great impact for his team.
Yeah, is actually insane. 20 and 6, because you consider phzy's got 5 and 11. 13 for Rez is the next closest. Yeah, Hampus is quietly going about it too. It's impressive as he searches middle this time with the AK, leads the charge. Nafany is the one that's waiting. He'll have the 5-7 drawn and ready, but it's going to be up close and personal that they'll run. He does snap upwards to find Plopski's head, falls back inside of the site, well positioned. That pulls them like a string toward Exile, but now the kill feeds lighting up in favor of NiP, and Rez will plant the bomb. It should be the round as Shiro is well removed from this.
Yeah, once Exile goes down at that B bomb site, it forces those players to make a move before they probably really wanted to. Good hit from NiP, not slowing down after the initial obstacles. Shiro's going to save the scout. So, NiP's the first to double digits, 10-7. This would be such an impressive win to come back into this series for NiP.
Yeah,
Gambit's map pick, and also, I mean, it's got to be a home map of sorts to Gambit. Not as dominant as they were last year, but obviously very, very comfortable on the map would be huge for the Ninjas. The Ninjas in pajamas.
Yes, who never actually wear pajamas on the stage. I'm still waiting for the day they just come up with a onesie.
I'm sure they have one in the store, in the old NiP store.
It must.
They have that. They had that old school, one of the original like esports advertisements was like the old NiP roster back in the early 2000s wearing pajamas and taking a photo shoot with their headphone sponsor. It's a classic.
I believe it.
Vintage esports advertisements.
Pass on right, lads. Well, they'll head out of spawn this time. Everyone heading toward the A ramp. Hobbit holding back is got the USP. There's still that scout in play from Shiro. He's peeking down the ramp, but the Resonator is not peeking that direction. He's actually just checking over toward the sandbag position. Smoke is there. Hampus is the one to lead the charge for NiP over towards the B site. He didn't buy in this round. He's just going to be a martyr.
Yeah, well, he knows, you know, as you always do, they're going to be unarmored, so why not send him forward? The Gladiator.
Well, it's working so far because he's holding them off. He's got the first kill. He does some damage on Enters. phzy thinks he can capitalize with that information. Hampus will take the MAC-10 at his expense. And the bomb already down. He tries to go to work with that weapon. I love it. He's just firing non-stop, hoping he'll collect kills, as you say, knowing likely that they will not have armor. That man does, though. Shiro, that's the one with the scout. He's got Hampus down in return, and Plopski has to fall off. Be a little bit more careful about this, because they are stampeding toward the site. Smoke on the right side of the AC unit as a result of that, not wanting to be caught out or exposed, but Exile has one on the Deagle. AK down on the site if they get that far. S-Tag can't allow it. Surely he has to stay aggressive on this peak. They don't have time on the kits, so they'll play off on the bomb. Rez will burn one alive, and that should be enough. That should do it, but it got close and costly, no doubt about it. Rez the only one left alive.
Yeah, bomb's going to blow all the guns away as well, so NiP's going to get away with a win, a narrow one. Inters has grabbed an AK-47. That's actually pretty massive, but nothing else is gained. Good round from Gambit, all things considered, what they brought into it. 4 kills. And an upgrade to an AK-47. We'll take that all day. NiP, costly being aggressive. Great shot from Exile with the Deagle. He continues to impress, and he's going to hold down that B bomb site throughout this half. And He can be a lockdown defender all on his own in this position. We'll see if he's got troubles with NiP's attack. Round number 19, NiP with a 4-round lead, trying to force a third map. That third map would be Mirage if we can get there.
Yeah, it's a peculiar third map for a series, isn't it? I mean, we talk about Inferno being rather exciting in those situations. Mirage can be difficult.
Exciting?
It can be. Look, there's some of the best games ever played on Mirage, but it's just such a meta that everyone knows that it's like bashing your head against the wall and hoping somehow you penetrate it. At times, as S-Tag will boost hampus. He's been the man with the incredible accuracy so far in this game. He finds another and absolutely destroys Exile. That puts him up on 23 frags.
It's got to be fun to have the hot hand as the endgame leader. You just call plays for yourself the entire time?
Yeah. Or you could be like me when I used to in-game lead and just call plays for me anyway, even if I wasn't having a hot hand.
Yep. Well, now we start to see a bit of a reason why you never became a pro player.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the reason.
Many.
Anthony gonna defend against this. What a big scalp to take, Exile. That's a great equalizer to find for Hobbit. Not a whole lot of utility over here at this A-bomb site. Molotov on Nafany. Hobbit with nothing. Shiro's got a smoke, but he's got his eyes on mid with the AWP. There's a kit on Inters, and that's it.
Nafany's sneaking up back toward the side. Oh no, big miss. phzy couldn't land it. He did help at least to get him taken down as he falls to S-Tag, but Hobbit finds one in return. Shiro goes over the top. Hobbit may have fallen quickly, but it's just S-Tag remaining, and from the air, without a scope, Shiro plucks him from the skies and drops him down to give them their first round of the CT side. And it's the first gun round that goes the way of Gambit.
Yeah, why not? That's a scrappy hit. A couple of kills coming out for both teams through smoke. Hobbit gets one. I think even the spam from one of the NiP players through the smoke was able to take out a defender. This is the fourth and final time for NiP really, really early on in this second half. Better be something important to say.
Well,
it's only round 20.
The issue being is that they're still at 11-8. They don't have any money because of the round prior that we saw on the B site that got very costly.
Yeah, it's odd time for a timeout. They're gonna have to play this game with no more input from the coach. There's Hobbit's kill through smoke. It was S-Tag who grabbed one on Hobbit right before the bomb went planted. This is going to be nasty.
Oh, I barely even saw him as well. The smoke when we saw it didn't look that protruding, but that was incredible.
He's cracked. He's feeling it.
He's out of his frickin' mind.
3-round lead for the Ninjas. No timeouts left. No money in the bank. They've invested in 2 AK-47s and pistol armor. Let's see what they've got in store for us. This would be a painful round to lose in a lot of ways, in a lot of aspects, and Shiro's op is trained down A ramp, but Flashbang's gonna force him off the angle initially.
So it's Plopsky with the Deagle to try and accompany his valiant in-game leader at this point in time. Hampus sneaking around, but it's Hobbit that actually gets by and rotates through, so he's not going to be in that window. You're right. The timing of this, though, is interesting. Flash is out. They'll check it. I think Hobbit hears that.
Yeah, I think
Shiro's going to rotate with him. Yeah, they definitely heard that. They're aware now. The B player's calling that they are going to be setting up 4-1, and Hobbit sneaks back a wide peek, confident in doing so. Inters actually collects both those. Thought Shiro hit the shot, but that is a massive convergence and coagulation of the defensive efforts. Exile sneaking up, knows that there's not going to be much more at the front of the B site with so many players down in middle.
Yeah, Hobbit's wide peak is just because he knows he's got teammates coming to fight with him, right? If he doesn't have those teammates, he might just take a shallower peek, might just even fall back straight up. But because he's got Inters, because he's got Shiro with him, he's just like, let me wide swing. Hopefully they just stick into the open, crouch for the fight, stay around, and that'll set my teammates up perfectly. Well done from Gambit. Now, a little bit of a difference, too. I feel like Gambit, if they were making a play like that from what we've seen from their T sides, they'd be going quiet the whole way, right? It'd be like turning the corner with contact. Here, that flashbang gives away the game, tells Gambit, we don't have anyone watching mid right now, but that pop flash signifies that NiP's trying to investigate, trying to poke at mid, trying to force someone off an angle. Let's bring resources over there and handle whatever situation we find. And boy, do they ever. 11-9. And a save round for NiP, just Glocks.
Yeah, and again, a Glock full save. You mentioned it, no timeouts. Hobbit's going hunting. He knows the situation. He's kept track. The man can do math. Crazy to think how long Hobbit's been around now as well. You know, winning a major in 2017 with the Gambit organization. He's the only one that remains from that roster, but also up and down after that, and his age. He came in late as a rookie compared to what we see these days, so he's the experience on this team. Is Exile drops, S-Tag manages the Glock as a firing squad enters, might get overrun as well. It's Rez that gets the kill onto him, and they're pushing them quite far back, all things considered. 2 kills and a bomb plant for a solid Glock rounds. They'll take that.
Man, I hyped up Exile as like a stalwart B defender coming into this, and this is twice now we've just seen him absolutely wrecked. This time with Glocks, previously that boost up that grabbed the amazing headshot.
If Exile used dualies at B, he would do better, Jason.
That might be something he's got to go to in the future. Might have to switch into it.
Anything else you want to throw him under the bus with?
No, I'm all good.
No more commentator's curse?
You guys are sticking around with us all evening. It's going to be lovely times here. Right after this game, later on this evening, we're going to have a Na'Vi taking on phzy matchup on the main stream. That's going to be for a semifinal spot or a quarterfinal spot, and you'll want to stay tuned for that one. And then on the B stream later on this evening, Astralis and G2 are going to be facing off for the final available quarterfinal spot in the tournament. One of those two teams will be going out. A lot of big names in Astralis that would miss Katowice.
Already fought for survival in a close battle this morning as well against Fnatic. Went to overtime on map 3.
Na'Vi phzy is on B stream.
Yes, sorry, yeah, of course, we have the deciding matchups, but either way, yeah, formidable phzy now has to fight without rain despite Rops being here. Good thing that Rops was able to get here when he did, or they would have been completely left out of this. This is a solid, fast round from Gambit on the defensive side. There's a gun in Rez's hands. This was a full-on effort from the NiP, and it just gets absolutely shut down. Bomb dropped, covered off. This one's over. We're going to be at 11-11.
Yeah, it's actually, the switch up that NiP tries to do up that A ramp is kind of cool, but I mean, the counter utility from Gambit is just so good. I think it was Hampus that was first up on that ramp, and when he turns that corner, he's just so blind. He has nowhere to go. Can't fall back, can't go forward without being able to see anything. It just leaves him wide open. And once you handle that first initial thrust of the aggressive attack, the rest of it just comes crumbling down. All tied up at 11. Maybe even trying to pull some attention away from middle, but Inters and Exile stay strong. Okay, we thought he might switch into the dualies to defend the B-bomb site.
Okay,
he's switching to the...
We didn't actually think that, Jason.
Well, don't be afraid. He's switching to the op, and he's handled it for this first round with it in hand. NiP back to just pistols with armor. Deagles. They did pretty good work with Glocks a couple rounds ago and no armor, so we'll see what they can do here.
Daphne looking close on that smoke. But it could be the lead back to Gambit for the first time in the second half. Slow play NiP. Ooh, nade timing. That's big. Kaboom.
Big bada boom. Another one?
Oh. phzy, poor man. He's feeling bruisey.
Word association here at IEM Katowice. Shiro, nice quick shot. phzy is finished off. No Molotov for NiP. They have no chance of clearing out Nafany's position behind the sandbags. So if they commit here, this can be tough. Plopsky's going to drop his utility in case the worst is to come.
Bomb's going to get passed around as well. Got a little game of hot potato going on. Even got a barbecue at the top of the ramp if they want to try and cook one up. No one has cleared the sandbags as of yet, and Hobbit's going to lure all of the attention his direction with the smoke going down and fire into it. And now Nafany, strikes. Nafany, careful, my friend. A little more efficient next time, perhaps, as he'll give away an AK as well.
Yeah.
Now they have an AK and a smoke down chance to plant the bomb. Shiro's going to have to be very careful on the AWP. Hobbit wants to go up above. Bomb's going to get planted on this. NiP have done well to control this situation. We're in a 3-on-4, but still NiP's able to fall back. Hobbit through the smoke, able to get S-Tag.
That's curious, the shot from Nafany. We'll come back to it. Hobbit on top of the boxes, waiting for these smokes to clear. This position is going to be good for maybe one, but ooh, good shot from Hampus if he can take attention away. Now this gets dicey.
They spotted Rez. Exile gets him on the AWP. Hampus, though! Holy hell, this man's on fire! But not enough to shut down Shiro, who has also been strong on the opposing side. 26 kills for Hampus. That would have been the best round for him yet.
I think that was a heat check. I think in another lifetime he falls back and he plays the bomb a little bit, but those shots were so good. I think his Deagle was feeling it. He was just letting it ride. And that just goes to show you, that is not a great fight selection out of Nafany from behind those sandbags. And that opened up the entire round. That's not the guy you want to fight for, and even Plopsky took a little bit of time to go down. That was so very dangerous. Hampus almost delivers something special.
Oh my God. You're right. Maybe he gets a little too confident on that last one and says, I'll just keep peeking.
How do you not get confident after those 3 shots?
Falling back's not even a thought in your mind at that point. Nafany trying to look above the smoke from on the crane, gets some damage thrown toward him by his teammate, I believe, that nade came from. Thanks for that.
Yeah, right? 20 kills on Exile, 20 on Shiro as well. NiP, it's still Hampus just being a beast. 26 and 12, Rez is at 19. We're gonna go back towards Exile. He's struggled at times to defend this B bomb site. He's got nobody really with him either. Inters is far, far back. Molotov to signify they want to start taking control. That's gonna put Exile on notice.
Knows he's there surely as Exile stands strong behind the steel. Boost behind the box for a different angle at opposing position to perhaps try and get them inside of the B site. Meanwhile, Shiro back on the other side. Still staring down, is going to spot out Rez. He was actually spotted first, so he shot in response. Rez pays the price for it against the AWP. Here we go again, Hampus. Let's see what you got this time. 26 to his name. AK to work with. Bit of utility thrown out by his team. Flashes, clears. He'll go around. Oh, Exile's not checked. They were spamming this earlier.
They have Molotovs for him. Yeah, they were just spamming just out of curiosity. That Molotov, if it comes to his position, no,
it's not. They think this is cleared. They think this is 100%. And Exile knows it now. He knows it now. Waits for the flash to come back out. It was actually from Plopsky that blinded up Hampus, but he's only good for one. He gets dropped down immediately after. It's on to Hobbit. phzy doubling up on the AWP. Make it now a triple as he finds Shiro. Might have done enough to save this, but 7 seconds. Bomb is just barely going to be planted as Nafany rotates over and has more HP than both combined to work with the kits, the M4, but a gun barrel far too long. What a round from phzy.
Yeah, that was like skeet shooting for phzy. It was just all the bodies flying in there. Gambit was not doing anything with finesse. That was throw bodies at the problem with the time running down, and phzy's just picking them off as they try and jump behind E-Box. What great shooting from him. He's got NiP back on the board. 12 to 12, we remain tied. That ends a 5-round streak from Gambit, where they've looked excellent. And again, Exile struggling to build off just the 1 kill. But here we go, let's check it out. There's the first. Oh, that's the last.
From first to last, Jason.
Yeah, there we go.
Just like Skrillex. Hampus trying again to take over the stairs at B. He's Molotov's off, can't go any further beyond that smoke. phzy, great to see some highlights out of him. Again, he mentioned ahead that slow start. He's up to 10 kills now. Bomb awaits the fates of the opening kills. Not committing either side so far, NiP just wanting to try to open this up. Gambit, just to note as well, okay money left on Shiro, which is encouraging. He's your AWP player, but not a lot otherwise. So even though there's no timeouts left, NiP, if they could break them here, are going to put themselves back in a great position. Start to get aggressive. OS tag though. He's okay. That's an M4 double dink to get that kill. That's remarkable.
Now you control A main, but fortunately for NiP, that's not where the main thrust of this attack is coming. It's towards mid. Exile's going to start getting information. Inters is going to be in trouble though. Shiro coming back with the op. His timing is everything. He actually disappears. Do they want to come over and attack B? Inters now. Oh, freebie. And he gets away. And he survives. He hears them chasing him. He's calling it out to his team. And that's the hit gone for the Ninjas. Exile's flank is just icing on the cake.
Inters doesn't spot that. They don't react that quickly. There might be something there. That is a great bit of information that immediately turns the round. Nafany shuts down Plopsky as well, and it's 13 for Gambit.
It's just, I mean, it's also part of like just walking on that route. If you're NiP from the T side, walking so many bodies through mid, it's just, I mean, if you just look at the midi map, all the possibilities for something to go wrong. Like a peek like that, a peek from up top. Shiro even came back and looked at an angle for a second. There's just so many opportunities for that strategy to just get negated. Unfortunately, it happens at basically the final hurdle. 1-round lead for Gambit that they maintain. And NiP again have an odd money situation. Estag's bought up the AWP down to 150. That's not ideal. Exile moved just past his crosshair.
Estag's gun barrel showing as well was easy to spam into. phzy, meanwhile, still trying to find a shot over toward the A ramp. No one aggression. That position this time for Gambit. They're well back. They are rotating back around that mid-round take you talk about, but this time it's not really taking because there hasn't been any aggression toward them either. It's been very passive, and Shiro sneaking out with the AWP. Has Hobbit in front, who finds the first kill. Shiro immediately aware that they're going to try and work their way toward the site further. Will throw a nade down and takes Plopsky down to 62 now. A second nade hits him, so 70 on the first, 8 further damage after that. And phzy's going to get his AWP in position. They're spotted. Ooh, they tried to re-peek it. Hobbit gets him. Wasn't sure at first, Naf, and he's spinning around. Able to catch out Rez sneaking in the back.
Yeah, right through that smoke. Never had a chance. 14-12, 2-round lead. Once again, Gambit just takes control right at the end of the map. NiP really in a lot of trouble. Ever since the guns came out, it's been a 7-1 run in the favor of Gambit. NiP got the first 3 rounds of both halves with the pistol, but here in the second round, only 1 gun round. Round 24 went in their favor. It's getting a little bit brutal. Someone's gonna have to step up next to hampus. Nafany, aggressive. This time the smoke is a little bit late, and he's got an opening kill. That's phzy to fall in a 5-on-4. Pretty cheap 5-on-4 to get for Gambit.
Tense times for NiP. Tournament life on the line. Coming all the way through from the play-in portion of this event. Being criticized at every corner and still surviving. It might not be enough now. Rez not willing to go that easily. He'll take down Shiro. Nafany, though, with the immediate trade. They have given up a bit of positioning toward the lane, though, because they've already jumped up the scaffolding. Plopsky.
I think Hobbit was actually well exposed. Flashbang popping him in towards lane. There's the spray. Hobbit patient with it, not walking into it. Oh, Nafany almost caught. He was walking behind the default boxes. Smoke goes up, can't control the spray. Follow-up flashbang from Hobbit, though. These two working together so well, flashing for each other and finding all the kills at the end. 15-12. Gambit have got 3 chances to close this map and close out this series.
Oh man, NiP just can't get through. This defense from Gambit solidly working together.
And let's go back and just mention, going into round 20, the final timeout taken from NiP. They used 3 in the first half. They used 1 really early on in the second half. And they have lost so many rounds now, and they have not had a chance to address and talk with the coach and try and adapt to anything. Do or die.
Bottom of the ramp, Nafany forced off by the flash. Smokes were down, though, and NiP don't commit to pushing through. Uncertain for the second prong of the defense at the top of the ramp. Nafany's gonna actually slip all the way back in behind the sandbags. A little bit alone in that position because Shiro's still smoked on the scaffolding, has to fall off, but right now that's not going to matter because right now, NiP are only just getting onto the ramp.
Yeah, but this is the worst feeling. S-Tag's been spotted in this position, and even though he doesn't get any kind of a kill, the fact they know he's there is just so impossible to deal with.
Do they? I'm not sure if they do, because remember, he was toward the crane. He rotated back this way. I would have thought you were right and that there would be utility thrown toward him at this point, but there isn't much. There's 2 Molotovs, 3 make that, excuse me. Flash out, no one's spotting yet. Nafany might be okay here.
Oh, he doesn't take the shot towards scaffolding. This time, just wait, bide your time, take a clean shot at ramp when they're not looking at you.
That's right, because a few rounds ago, he did miss that shot. He did give away an AK that made a round very interesting. As Nafany waits further, they've got Hobbit back up on top of the bomb box. He's got Rez down. Now Nafany has it. Oh, easy lineup. Takes 2. Hampus comes around. He pulls 1 back in the favor of NiP. He's been excellent all game, but he's going to have to be perfect at this point. Trying even to get up on top of the sandbags and spot toward heaven. They'll go for the bomb plant. Low HP for Hobbit in that angle. On that position, they have the bomb down, and Hampus is even going to get more aggressive. God, it makes me nervous every time someone steps out over the ledge, but he wants an off angle. He wants to surprise. It's going to be so hard for him to maneuver from this position. Molotov instead wants to force the CTs out. They're letting this go. They're letting this time tick away because they want to attack all at once and bait out their utility. Hampus is gone. It's down to phzy. All that remains for NiP at Katowice, and Exile will extinguish him and remove NiP from this event in the process.
What a great series from Gambit. They got tested plenty of times, but they stood tall, each and every one of them. And if you're Gambit, if you're an opponent of Gambit, you're looking at this and you're seeing Exile and Shiro deliver in spades for this Gambit lineup. They are looking good at the moment, and unfortunately for NiP, I think they impressed a lot to get this deep and have even a shot at making it into the